Hey YouTube family, how are you guys doing? I hope everyone is doing okay. I ran into this video of four care workers, Nigerians to be precise, in the UK, working in a care home, and they were working with an 89-year-old dementia patient and was abusing this lady. You could see, I couldn't clearly hear what they were saying to her, but I mean, you could see that they were clearly abusing this poor old woman. You could see pillow thrown to her. Now, I watched that video and there was a lot of argument. Some people said, oh, I don't think they meant to abuse. In my opinion, that was abuse. Okay. And even the way that the woman was held, and like, I know I could see that it was difficult for this lady to communicate, but I mean, you could see that she was clearly crying in pain, and she was communicating that that she was in distress. It was very clear to me. I didn't need to be in that room to see that, right? It was very clear. Oh, I didn't. It was an awful sight. It was an awful sight, guys, and this is really, really not good for our people. Now, these are the kind of things that gets us stereotyped. Now, I felt really compelled to come here and really talk about this because I'm always here talking about all the good stuff. Talking about jobs wherever it could be in the UK, in the US, all around Australia, and so forth and so forth. Okay, and I felt like I needed to talk about this. I mean, like, you have no business being a care worker if you have no empathy. You know, if you've got no empathy, if you have no respect, if you have no dignity for humanity, if you have no compassion in you, please, there are so many other jobs to do. You don't have to be a care worker. You don't have to. Now, these are the kind of things that get people stereotyped, whether you like it or not. It may not necessarily be whoever who is involved, but it goes beyond them, and the stereotype goes into it people, and it's horrible. It's terrible. I don't know what we want as a people, because most times we complain a lot. Yes, our government has not been fair to us. That's a fact, right? We cry how our government has not been fair, how we don't have opportunities. A lot of us pray so hard, work so hard, okay, to find opportunities. And when God eventually gives them to us, gives you a job, like, the job could be hard, but this job puts food on your table. If you don't want it, if you don't want that job, why take it? Why take it? One thing is sure, whether you are a white person or a black person or a purple person, if there's anything like that, we're all humans. We all come from homes. We all have siblings. We all have parents. Okay? And we all go through the same life process. Okay? Everyone is going to age one day. Every single person is going to be an old person someday. Okay? And the young persons, we all have parents back home. We all have mothers. We have fathers. And only a cruel person would want their mother or their father to be treated with such disrespect, in such manner. It was an awful sight, guys. I mean, watch the video. I watched that and I felt so bitter. I felt so bad. I felt pain. I mean, that lady was not only old, but she also had dementia, and that means she was not aware of what she was doing. One thing as well, you need to know, most of these old people would suffer dementia. That means they don't have their memories intact, okay? They're not aware. And I know but there's no excuse. Sometimes they can do lots of annoying stuff, but that's because they're not aware. You, who is aware that this person, they can do a lot of crazy and annoying things. I don't get me wrong, I know that. But they clearly lack awareness of what they do. Just think about it. Think about it in such a way that could be your mother. That could be, apart from the fact that it's a paid job. You're doing your job. You're being paid for your job. I mean, you're earning your living, for crying out loud. Now, think about it also that it could be your mother. It could be your mother in that bed. Would you want your mother to be treated that way? There was no point for throwing pillows. That was no joke. Some people argue that could be a joke. That could be some kind of play, some sort of play. But I never saw that as a play. That was clearly abuse. Let's call a spade for what it is. From what I read in the story, the family had noticed that she had some marks on her body, and they were concerned and all of that. But obviously, fair play to the family, they didn't want to accuse nobody, so they did put a camera, and eventually they saw, I think a few days after, the camera caught that. you know so imagine how heartbreaking that would be for the family. I heard the four persons were jailed. I'm happy about that. Unfortunately, I am happy about that because I think that they deserve it, and I think that other people also needed to learn from them. And that's if they're not deported. And so who do we blame for all of that? And I'm very sure that even after they have served their jail terms, it's subsequently going to be very difficult for them to get into the job market. So why? I mean, it's trouble for them, it's trouble for their families. If they have one, obviously they will have one, and it's trouble for everybody. Why do we pray so much for a job? Why do we work so much for a job only to get those jobs and destroy them by ourselves? Like, why would we destroy something we've worked so hard for? Why? I keep telling people, if it's something you're not going to do, especially the care sector, it's not just about the strength and the physical fitness and all of that to go in and do it. No, you need compassion, you need empathy, because sometimes, trust me, what you're going to see in the job, they're not going to tell you. Sometimes, especially demented patients, they can be so annoying. Oh, I have lots of them. I'm a nurse. If you feel that it is too much for you to handle, where is integrity? Integrity is to walk out on the job, leave the job, resign. Yeah, there are so many other jobs to do and get paid. You don't have to mess up your integrity. You don't have to mess up yourself. You don't have to mess up your name. Where's good name? Where's integrity? Let's keep all of this in mind when we do, especially in these days of internet. It's all there in the internet. It's all flying. And then when things like this happen, people kind of say, Nigerians, I hate that. I hate that. But as much as I hate that, I have to speak against this action when I am in the position to. And I feel like I'm in a position to talk about it because I talk so much about opportunities. We need to be better. As much as you're chasing these jobs, as much as you're looking out for this opportunity, you have to be responsible and ready to take on the responsibilities that comes with this job. And if you think that there's so much for you, please don't take them. Go for something you can do. You don't necessarily have to be a carer to earn a living, to make money. There's way better things even to do. Okay, so guys, that's just basically what I am here to talk about. It's not really a happy one. I'm not happy about it. People need to be a lot more responsible, to protect our name and to be human. Overall, just to be human. We're all gonna age one day. So imagine yourself. If you think you're 30 today, imagine yourself 80 something years old. You're gonna be lying on the bed and somebody else is gonna be. You don't know how you're gonna be in your old age. You don't know. How would you want to be treated? Treat other people like that if you had the opportunity, if you in that little capacity. Besides, you're not doing that for free. You're being paid. So guys, I'm going to leave the link. Watch the video and what do you think? That was cruel in my opinion. That was cruel and I think people should be better. Do not take up jobs that you can't do. Especially the care job. If you feel like it's not a thing for you, please leave them. Keep your integrity. Keep your integrity. Go for other jobs where you think you don't need compassion and all of that. You don't want messy stuff. We can be better, guys. We can be better. Okay. I think I'm gonna leave it here. I just felt compelled to talk about this. Leave your opinions for me in the comment section. I love to read your opinions. Okay. Stay safe and God bless everyone.